Every time you start a new project, it's a leap into the unknown, right? And so when Morton first approached me and told me about this show, and I was obviously incredibly intrigued by it. I'd been kind of secretly wishing for a sci-fi project for a long time, and just hearing about the story and hearing about the script and then starting to see the images, my mind just went to this idea of, well, isolation, claustrophobia, and obviously kind of Big Brother watching you. So it's all stuff that kind of, it's like the walls are closing in on you. But then, you need to portray the inner lives of a very character-driven personal drama. First thing that I ever did was start programming weird static drones on a synthesizer. And somehow, I feel like it's a bit like, these breadcrumbs sort of lead you in a direction, and somehow starting at that point led me to the piano, starting to play tunes on that. Voices are very predominant in the score in many ways. A score for something like Silo is world building. It's about building the sonic musical world of what that place is like and what that life is like. It just kind of grew organically, like sort of like this, it just found its own life somehow. And again, it was just that little journey of just following where the breadcrumbs took me. At some point, I got this idea that it would be really cool to record some sounds and ideas for Silo in a silo. And as it happens, there are these decommissioned silos around Iceland, a few of them, and we honed in on one in one of the most remote parts of the country. I've been fascinated with the idea how space is almost just as important to the music as the instrumentation or the tune, because it just has some sort of magic and vibe built into it that emanates from the walls of this tank. We came away with sounds that you simply can't recreate in the studio or in a normal recording hall. It's got its own identity that you can only get by going on these crazy adventures, like going to a silo in the West Fjords. I mean, the main title, I really just basically sat down at the piano. Maybe there wasn't that much thought put into it. It was more just going with pure feeling and what I was getting from the images and the script. But now that when I look back at the melody, it has this sort of, there's a gesture in it. When you analyze it musically, it's always trying to get up. It's trying to get out of the silo and up to the surface in a way. And whether that's a coincidence, God only knows. But I just know that there are times when you, I don't want to say get lucky, but it just comes to you quite naturally. And this theme was just one of those moments.